This video is meant to be a challenge for Joe Kendrick and Ben Moore. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, or for that matter even if you don't, is to respond to this vlog in such a way that it is interesting for anyone who might be watching it. Now, of course, anyone who's watching this is probably already familiar with either me, Ben, or Joe. But since, you should always start these things with introductions, here's ours. I'm Adrian Williams. Ben Moore and Joe Kendrick are also graduates of the seminary I graduated from, Baptist Theological Richmond. We, though, serve in 3 different denominations now, and we pretty much started and finished as 3 separate denominations. Don't ask about their admission policies. Ben is a disciple of Christ, also known as the Christian Church, which I thought is what all of us were, but supposedly he's got a in with the actual denomination that has that title. Joe is a Baptist, so he actually belonged where he was. And I am a Presbyterian Director of Education, which basically means I'm not ordained, but I still have my Master of Divinity and can kick any of their butts any day of the week as far as theological discussions go. We are doing this with the intent of being somewhat interesting and just kind of being able to bounce off of each other, because that's what we do. We usually just take over people's Facebook statuses, but we've decided that it was probably a better use of our time and energy to take over the entire internet and thus eventually the world. We'll start with vlogging. So here we are. For a little bit about me, there's nothing interesting about me. I am the nerd of the bunch. I am the guy who wrote a paper on proof of God based in superstring theory. I have written a bunch of curriculums that are all interesting if you like it, but kind of boring if you're trying to talk about it on a vlog. I have a lot of Quaker in me as well as being a Presbyterian. I tend to take the perspective of that life's journey is completely all about the journey. To be a Christian is to be constantly discerning, and it's all about faithfulness, not this idea of faith/belief. My view on the other 2 nerds involved in this process is we've got the comic book nerd, and then we've got the I'm better than you nerd. So, comic book nerd, Joe. I'm better than you nerd, Ben. Ben's probably more correct in his assumptions than Joe is in his. Well, that about sums up the first 3 minutes of our lives. I will probably re-record this, but if I don't, I'm going to put it out there anyway, because guess what, boys? You're up.